Alright, so my last couple of videos covered Fiona Harvey's Facebook posts from May 3rd and May 4th through 6th. If you haven't seen those, I'll leave a link on the outro. So this video will cover Fiona's Facebook posts from May 9th and 10th. May 9th is the date her Piers Morgan interview aired on YouTube. So the posts she posted on May 9th were before that interview premiered. And then the following posts were from the day after the interview aired. Statement from Fiona Harvey on the Piers Morgan publicity and show. The show will air on YouTube tonight at 8 p.m. I hope you enjoy it. Piers and I have done our best despite the Daily Record in Scotland hounding me and defaming me even more. More to Daily Record in the next posting. I've been hacked or logged out of Facebook since Monday morning. Facebook have given me no explanation, so I've not been able to post till now. Piers staff were very kind to me. John Holla, celebrity hairdresser, was very kind to me. The taxi driver to the studios was late through no fault of his own. There had been a bad accident down there. We arrived about 5:20, left 7:30 p.m. The interview is 50 minutes long and I hope you enjoy it. Piers staff have been incredibly nice to me. I wanted to thank Kieran in particular from the Piers Morgan show. He has bent over backwards to help. Now to the dreaded Scottish Daily Record. Its sister paper, the Sunday Mail, launched an attack on me 25 years ago when I was going for a Westminster seat. One reporter, Lynn McPherson, hounded me then mercilessly one day. That same article was used by Richard Gadd in his show. Had that article not been done to me, Gadd would have had no show. John Dingwall of the Record got wind I was doing the show, slagged off Piers, slagged off the English media, didn't want me to do it. Glasgow is very parochial, so is its newspaper, and he plagued a PR person from the TV company and hounded John Hala because he wanted to publicize this show and get his exclusive before Piers did. That alone is a hell of a cheek to Piers, I think. Then he hounded me after the show. All I said off record was, and I taped it, and this was off record, was too much emphasis on emails I've not written. So he wrote an article last night defaming me and mentioned emails about 20 times. My best friend in America then said, hey, I've Googled up Piers' show. You look great. This looks interesting. I tried Googling it myself and up came all this nonsense by the Daily Record published word for word by other outlets. I just started being sick and didn't stop till this morning. I still feel very, very sick and am trying to rest today. Lawyers for the Daily Record have always been idiots. I have no police cautions or anything. I wanted people to know that. The Daily Record have been told this umpteen times. Still they publish this nonsense. I wrote out to the editor today. I said, when are you going to stop hounding me? When I'm dead? I haven't even seen mass murderers in the press receive this much hounding. None of my lawyer friends have. And it's all emanating from one newspaper chain, the Daily Record, Sunday Mail. John Dingwall wants to control everything. He fell out with the Sun and Daily Mail didn't want me speaking to them. So he pretended to be my friend for 2 weeks. Then when I said we are finally getting publicists in place, I'm doing nothing further unless I get paid. Got it? He wrote a load of defamatory untruths in last night's article. Sorry that last posting has disappeared about the Daily Record. I'll retype in a minute. It was about the fact Gadd's lawyers have threatened everyone who has approached me over a 2-week period. They've threatened the Daily Record, the Daily Mail, the Sun, Sky TV. We know the first 3 for a fact. I've heard it from the journalists themselves and other lawyers. Sky has not been confirmed, but I suspect Gadd's lawyers have threatened them. I will now not deal with any journalists until I have publicists in place. They have twisted and reused that original Sunday Mail article as infinitum. It has made me very physically sick. The flat move is way behind, so are other commitments. It's not on. The Daily Record and Sunday Mail are poison and evil on wheels. They've been told last night by my SECFA and lawyers we will be suing and calling police if they contact me again. As for all this John Dingwall pretending to be my friend, they all do that. It's nonsense. They just want to use and abuse me. The Daily Record only have Catholics like Jimmy Ray, deselected MP. If they've beaten R, their first wife, all the better. The Daily Record loved that. And if you're from Glasgow, they love that too. I'm not a man, I'm not a Catholic, and not from Glasgow. I'm also not the Labour Party. The Daily Record loved that. I'm a woman, not a Catholic, not from Glasgow, and I'm not beating or R-ing anyone. That doesn't suit the Daily Record. I'm also highly educated. That doesn't suit them either. I'm so disappointed in John Dingwall. I feel sick at the mention of his name. I've sent all the tapes to the regulators. I will only deal with anyone through a publicist from now on, and not the hoax one who keeps phoning me. I hope that explains matters. Well, I've just taken a look at my emails. John Dingwall has apologized. The entire article is very misleading. He agrees. I shall reflect on what he has said. He maintains he has been my friend all along. Time will tell when dealing with the media. One has no friends, clearly. This has made me physically very sick and has canceled a move today of furniture, inconveniencing me and a load of other people. I just want a normal life, and this media circus is not normal. It's off the Richter scale, as mad as Richard's Gad. I hope he's happy with himself, sunning himself with his wee boyfriend in IA. Yes, we've all heard. Journalists have told me. Gad is a horrid man. If the press were as obsessed about his alleged abuser as they are with harassing me, that abuser would have been named by now, and perhaps some of these idiot shrinks treating Gad, because that's not going very well, is it? Statement Piers Morgan's show. I'd also really like to thank Celine, the French makeup woman who was totally charming and did my makeup in about 12 minutes flat. What a star. God, she knows her craft. Regarding Piers Morgan's show, John Holla is a whiz kid. He's the best hairdresser in London, and his staff are wonderful, and he's got his very own fluffy toy now in the VIP room. All he wanted from me was my presence and a fluffy toy. He's a star of hair. Piers, myself, and his staff all tried our best with the show. We are all busy, but we tried our best. Some will love it, some will hate it. All I can say is I am not Martha the Stalker. I've had death threats and crank calls for 2 weeks now. I've had nasty abusive reporters on my phone night and day working to their own agenda. It's been horrific. Last night I threw up. We've had this hoaxer publicist on at all hours. We have tried to cut to the chase in that interview. I'm not a stalker. I'm not an abuser. We have a show some folk are obsessed with due to the show's bizarre nature. We also have people obsessed with Gad's freaky psychotic state, maybe drug-induced or not. I am a normal person and had a normal life before this. Oh yeah, your life was really normal. I've seen mass murderers treated more humanely in the press, frankly. I would not deal with a journalist again unless with a publicist or agent. Incidentally, that's why Gad is able to feed so much guff to the media, and also his lawyers threaten everyone. I certainly don't intend behaving like that, and I'm not mentally ill like Gad, of course. Gad sets up scenarios so he can write nonsense about folk. No one sends anyone all these emails, etc. No one assaults people in canals and gets away with it. He's a homosexual yet is still pretending he's not. No one publicizes things as much as he does. He went everywhere publicizing this show, and in doing so made my life hell on earth. It was open season for every tabloid journalist. That's why we have attempted to show you the real thing. I was very tired by the time it got to the interview. I'd had a very long day. I've not been sleeping well, but we hope you like it. The tabloids and others are speculating before they have even seen the show. That's all wrong. The producers felt this was a good opportunity for me to tell my side of the story. I thought it would stop the death threats and stalkers. I have seen a very sick side to society this week. Gad fed me to the wolves. The show is based on fantasy and lies. He doesn't care about dragging me through the media. He's in LA with his boyfriend, press tell me. I think for a man to exploit a woman in this way is obscene. Fed to the press pack I was. Now I've been very physically sick and have the headache from hell. I need to take calls from a real publicist, not the hoax one. OMG, the hoax one is something else. She was singing songs yesterday down the phone. She'll be a drunken mate of Gad's. Well, folks, I hope you haven't missed me too much. I haven't been able to get on this account for 6 days because someone keeps having the account restricted. I think we can all guess who. Someone who doesn't want me to have a voice. Now we are putting together a legal team. We will be suing Mr. Gad and Netflix and anyone else we think appropriate. I will not be commenting on the legal cases. I'm sorry to my friends on here. I've not been in touch over DMs, but my other phone has been broken for 6 weeks. I'm not ignoring you. I just haven't had a chance to get it repaired. I hope you all enjoyed the Piers Morgan interview. I have in fact taken no payment for that yet. Lawyers are renegotiating a proper fee for my appearance. I was also never approached to appear in a bar in Coventry 2 nights ago. I think the Daily Record said this was an internet hoax. Today I was very hurt but not surprised by a couple of male journalists in their 30s who I had never heard of misquoting me in The Guardian and Independent with reference to the Piers Morgan show. The attacks were totally unwarranted and misogynistic. I've been very busy but came across them when trying to watch the Netflix CEO talking to Piers Morgan. I would just like to say the chief exec of Netflix, get your facts straight. I'm not a stalker. I'm not a convicted stalker, and don't defame me anymore. And you defame me to a select C also, I believe. I would like to thank John Nicholson MP for holding that select C. We also found out the identity of the person phoning me up late at night pretending to be a publicist. She is the criminal client of a lawyer in Essex. It takes all sorts to make a world, but that was ridiculous. He's been told if she phones me again, tell her, well, phone police. Loads of people have been very understanding and kind. A few folk have been utter BS. This has now been going on 3 weeks and a day for me. It has been quite an experience in seeing the murky world of media, the real sleazy side, and of course people are phoning me up, telling me about the Baby Reindeer series. I've not seen it, but heard plenty about it. I don't watch lies like that on TV. Tell you something else, all I've done is mop up other people's mistakes all day in England. No one can do their job down here. It's not like Scotland. They all just row with each other all day, roll on Scottish independence. I've yet to meet anyone who can do their job in England. The bitchiness, pettiness, and incompetence is astounding. I've never seen another country in the world like England. That's why Gad was allowed to get away with that baby reindeer nonsense. His behavior would have been picked up instantly in Scotland with all the lies. That Holly Arms drug den, for example, you don't get dumps like that in Scotland. They'd be closed instantly by the local councils. What does Camden Council do? Turn a blind eye to all the drug dealing in there. The London hospitals are crap, doctors insane. The education system is non-existent. The so-called professions down here are nonsensical. I can't wait till I'm back in Scotland and back to civilization. The lies I have been told today are shocking, totally shocking. Why I'm still awake. I now no longer believe anything I'm told in England. Not that I ever did. It's the most dreadful society I have ever seen. I was in Boots 3 days ago. This Chinese man was on a mobile full volume. He kept shouting into a mobile, I think to a work colleague, they are Ing. Shh, they are Ing. Shh, don't trust them, don't trust them. I laugh, but really he's telling the truth. It's a nutcase society down here. Roll on, Scottish independence, and good night, X. Sorry I got friend requests there. I scrubbed them by mistake. I'm tired. Please resend. Going to sleep. Thanks. Another day on 2 hours sleep to face more incompetence in England. It's a misery. My life is a misery because of Richard Gad. The man is evil, so is Netflix for broadcasting this idiocy, frankly. Totally irresponsible. Right, everybody. I've been approached today by someone I know and trust saying the Daily Mail are reporting I'm doing a podcast with some guy. I'm not. I've never spoken into this guy. Not only that, I speak to Chris Dahl at 11, so I'm in a rush just now. I've been on the phone all morning, and no doubt I will be on the phone all day sorting out these lies. Piers Morgan's lot have also been intimidating me into taking the $250 for that appearance. They've not paid my hairdresser. Politicians want to shut down his stupid little public schoolboy show. I think they should. 10 million hits, world exclusive, and he has the cheek to offer me 250. Coming special delivery today. We will not take delivery. I would get the name for you of the guy I'm supposed to have in fact done that podcast with. I've done no podcast with anyone. I've been trying to rearrange an operation. I do so wish Piers Morgan would get a brain transplant. A brain transplant. I've had enough of these stupid wee boys like him in the press. The English media is totally out of control. The article is in Female today. She's just printed lies. There is no podcast. The state this English media is in is pathetic. Maybe they should concentrate on finding Gad's abuser if he exists, which many people doubt. And in that Daily Mail article, one social media user states Fiona Harvey is quite mad. A no-named social media user. This is simply drivel. We are suing Netflix for millions. We are assembling the legal team. Is that mad? I don't think so. Gad and his stalkers who intimidate me on here are mad. The head of Netflix is mad if he thinks this is a true story. I am not bloody mad. Anyone who says so will be sued, and I don't care what public school boys or girls school they went to. I hope that's clear even for the most stupid reporters. I've had people sending me press clippings of things I've not signed up to. People I've not spoken to, i.e. reporters. It's just harassment. The whole of London is a gossip shop about baby reindeer. They aren't watching it in Scotland or America so much. It's numpties who do humdrum jobs in England who are watching it. And do you know what the main theme coming across is? Everyone is saying this to me, how much the abuser in the show looks like Sean Foley. But Sean Foley has denied being the abuser here. Why is there no attempt to find the real abuser if he exists? I did believe Gad when he went to The Guardian years ago about the R. I don't now. Gad lies constantly. Press concentrate on the alleged abuser. Do your job for a change and stop printing nonsense about me. I will let you know of major developments on here. In the interim, do not believe anything nonsensical reporters write because I'm not cooperating with any until I'm paid appropriately. I've been ripped off enough. Thank you very much. The English media needs a good kick up the backside. At the moment, there are no standards at all. Gad is a nightmare, but this media machine in England has been worse. We are on the verge of appointing a publicist. In the interim, I will not be cooperating with any media inquiries. Gad stalked and intimidated me, but so have the English press. Non-entity, reporters trying to make a name for themselves through their ridicule and nastiness. We have logged the names and what they said. Surely they didn't all go to these ridiculous English private schools where they were abused by the masters, did they? I think they need to take a good look at themselves. A few words about the Piers Morgan interview. I was appalled by the questions. Piers Morgan cannot interview properly. He can bully and demean. I've not watched it back, but politicians are clearly keen to shut interviews like that down. I was on the receiving end of pure vitriol. What has Where I Went to School, for example, got to do with this nonsensical play, Baby Reindeer? Then on Friday, I was ridiculed by at least 3 male reporters in The Guardian and Independent, all in their 30s without qualifications. Just like me, Gad, I did that interview like a lawyer. I told the truth. I rebutted the lies. Piers Morgan had a different agenda. I don't know what exactly that agenda was in his deluded mind. I'm sure he doesn't know either. The same questions were asked over and over to try and break me down. Then all English journalists distort what I said. It's there on record what I said. You didn't even need to write stories the next day. Most newspapers printed a version of what I said. Then they added one nameless social media user says I'm mad. For God's sake, this is real gutter press. So no check has come today for 250. There is still time for special delivery to come, but I would not be accepting 250. His abuse was shocking. His staff then asked me if I would do a 3-day documentary with Piers. What's that supposed to be about? I make that man more money, and what do I get paid? All my close friends have qualifications. They are nice folk. What was I doing in a room with a man like that? The questions asked were not what had been read over to me in the room with the producer beforehand. In fact, none of those questions were asked. Then I heard Piers had been on Lorraine, etc., making more money at my expense. Politicians want his show shut down and for me to be paid appropriately. Well, here's the news. The head of Netflix has lied to the British Parliament, i.e. Westminster, saying I'm a convicted stalker. I'm nothing of the sort. He's lied to Parliament. He needs to be prosecuted. Now, someone in Parliament start prosecution proceedings versus the head of Netflix, please. And if there is someone sensible out there, and God, I hope there is, miracles do happen sometimes, cancel your Netflix subscriptions because Netflix will keep treating people like they are domestic violence victims. They keep on till they kill them. Cancel those subscriptions. Don't watch their nonsense. How is the Netflix CEO gonna squirm his way out of his lie to Parliament? A jail term will show up on a PNC, DBS report. It will state the offense. It will state the term of imprisonment and the dates. I'd love the CEO of Netflix to tell us all where I went to prison. Because it's a lie. I didn't. I've never ever been to prison or even had a conviction for stalking. He's a liar, pants on fire. My concern about this CEO of Netflix is he will escape scot-free. Politicians in the past were too slow, way too slow, to have Boris Johnson prosecuted for lying to Parliament. They didn't do a whole lot about Rupert Murdoch's son either. If you lie and call someone a convicted criminal in Parliament and they are not, you should face the sanctions Parliament has legislated for. I think it's 6 years in jail, but I would need to look it up. And frankly, that 10-ton Tessie who plays Martha needs to go on a diet. By jingo, she does. I was a size 12 when I went into the Holly Arms 12 years ago. Gad and Netflix can't even get that right. I didn't wear big tents and cardigans like she does. I used to run, then walk 10 miles a day and only put on weight in lockdown because I broke my ankle, but I'll lose it. I also don't have big boggly eyes like her. What a mess. The other day, someone sent me the Daily Mail article about Gad's sexual history. Gad about, well, I don't read the Daily Mail. It's very painful, but why was a homosexual asking a straight woman like me out repeatedly and stalking me? Maybe that's one for his shrink, eh? Or his 7 shrinks, as the case may be. Then it goes on about his middle-class upbringing. Well, the mother was a school receptionist. The father a science professor Dundee Uni. It's not like they were high-ranking professional in the city, but they had money. The sexual history I don't know about and haven't read cause I'm not interested. I'm interested in why a homosexual would ask a straight woman out and be obsessed by them. Yeah, we can really tell by all those emails that she sent that he was the one obsessed with her. Yeah, right, Fiona. Is this the Daily Mail's attempt to do him over despite his lawyer's threats? I don't know who his lawyers are, but they are clearly worse than useless because all they do is threaten everyone in sight. Bullies too. That's not how to be a good lawyer, folks. Yeah, let's ask Fiona how to be a good lawyer. Let's get some of her brilliant insight on the law. They have annoyed and threatened everyone. I don't know who they are, but others have reported them to the SRA. I do know that. The media lawyers are laughing at them. And ladies of all ages, a warning to you. You may wander into a bar for a meal or shop or something. You may feel the bartender is a hopeless wee soul, but my friend pointed out several stalkers in the Holly Arms. She said that guys staring at you. I know, I said, I've got eyes in the back of my head. I said, while we were on the topic, that guy over there has been staring at you. Oh, I never noticed, she said. Right enough, she said, he is. The Holly Arms is like that, which is why I didn't go back in. She said to me, funny how I noticed your stalker and you noticed mine. Yes, I said. I didn't think any more about it till all hell let loose 3 weeks ago on the Wednesday and I was intimidated by the media. I don't think any woman deserves that, and 99% of these journalists were men. One has been understanding. One, it's the way folk live their lives in London. Stalking, drink, drugs, abuse are, well, it's not how I live mine. I think London, in fact England, is a very, very unsafe place for women of all ages, even if you go anywhere with a group of pals. So that stalker could be Richard Gadd, and you could end up suing Netflix for millions years later, 11 years later. It's like a bloody bad Channel 5 movie. So watch out for guys staring at you, chatting you up, following you, Googling you, talking to folk about you behind your back. They want money or sex or both, or to write a crap Netflix drama that is totally and utterly untrue. Their lives are crap, so they want to ruin yours. Seriously though, people I have always championed, women victims of domestic violence. Domestic violence v. women is a terrible, terrible crime. Sexist, nasty bars like the Holly Arms should have been shut down years ago. Stupid councils like Candom don't act. Hopeless. Okay, everyone is laughing at the curtains joke, but women have been seriously assaulted in there. It's no laughing matter. England is a patriarchal society. Scotland isn't. Women can get places in Scotland on merit. Women are domestically abused a great deal in England. If you are being abused by any man, tell someone, indeed, get lawyers and leave him. No one should have to put up with that. I'm not putting up with Richard Gadd and Netflix defaming me and silly wee male reporters straight out of nappies who should know better. I'm off for the weekend, but do leave that guy, do leave that gay guy pretending to be straight who's abusing you. This is the thing now. Leave that job if a boss is abusing you. Okay, you may be skint and lonely for a while, but do it. I was too of my year, the first year the women's studies class ran during my second degree. I thought I was clued up. I think I was then years ago, but I hadn't thought about the young gay no-hoper guy making my life hell. You don't. You think, well, if I walk down a dark street at 4 a.m., I might get abused, but I never in a million years thought this would happen. And I'm fed up with 100 million articles over about 15 years of Richard Gadd playing the victim. It's nonsense. He's not. Have a good weekend, everyone. X. Fiona X. Alright, so that's about it for this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing for more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and God bless.